Alright guys, I am back with my review of WWE's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2012 pay-per-view, and I really liked this show. Had some great matches here. Main event was great. Sheamus Big Show was great. The Shield match was awesome. I thought every match was at least okay. Even the Divas match was pretty good here. Actually, I take that back. The three-man band match I didn't really care too much for, but overall this was a really good pay-per-view. And the pre-show starts off with Booker T coming up to Sheamus and he says, "Look, the reason I made you sign the no contact clause," and Sheamus cuts him off and says, "I get it, you were just doing your job." That definitely wasn't an Irish accent. I wasn't trying there. I don't know what the hell that was supposed to be. But he says you were just doing your job, and Booker tells him to beat him down with a chair. Then they give away some slammies. Now, I know there's probably very few people out there who care about this, especially the WWE.com slammies, but damn it, I wrote them down anyways. So we got Brodus Clay winning a slammy for Best Dancer. Top social media ambassadors, Charlie Sheen. WWE.com exclusive video of the year is Lawler's video about his heart attack. Crowd chant of the year is "Feed Me More." Are you sure it wasn't Goldberg? Especially with that reaction Ryback got later in the night. Holy crap, that was a huge Goldberg chant. Upset of the year was Daniel Bryan beating Big Show and Mark Henry. Diva of the year is AJ. Eve comes out for commentary, and we get the Santa's Helper Divas Battle Royal match. It was typical. Kaitlyn and Naomi eliminate Tamina, and Eve slaps Kaitlyn, and Naomi drop kicks her to win the match. So it's Naomi versus Eve later on in the show. Now this was surprising. Naomi is a Funkadactyl, but she was pretty good out there. I was definitely impressed by her, and she was good in the match with Eve later on, so I definitely like her. She's got a lot of talent. More slammies. Insult of the year goes to Cena. Tweet of the year is Daniel Bryan. Zack Ryder gets online show of the year. Facial hairs, Daniel Bryan. Show of strength is Sheamus hitting white noise on Big Show. And betrayal of the year was Big Show's heel turn. Rhodes Scholars versus Sin Cara and Mysterio in a tables match. It was alright. They had some cool spots here. I thought these guys worked well together. They tried to do something where they crush Sin Cara's leg in the stairs. But Sin Cara goes for a springboard, and Cody pushes him off the top through a table. So Rhodes Scholars become the #1 contenders. Hopefully they win the tag titles. Shield promo talking about beating Ryback, who they are. They say their names twice yet again. And they put down Ryback and Team Hell No. We get Cesaro versus Truth for the US title. This was another match that was just okay. I don't know if they tried to rush it, because R-Truth tweeted this picture of his leg, and it has a gigantic gash around his knee. I have no idea how this happened. I don't know when it happened, but somehow through his jeans, his leg got cut open. And for the CZW fans out there, it reminded me a lot of Blood's leg, that student, I think his name was Blood, from that Battle Royal at one of the Tournament of Deaths. I think it was 4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Tournament of Death 4. And this kid falls out onto some light tubes and cuts his knee, and it's a huge gash. And that's exactly what R-Truth's cut reminded me of. Just a sick cut. But it did feel kind of rushed, the ending anyways. But Cesaro wins with a neutralizer. Afterwards, Stryker asks him about the reaction he's been getting, and he says that he's the greatest U.S. champion in history, and by booing him, they're booing their own country. I thought that was good. Let's see here. Dolph tells Matthews that the match doesn't make any sense, it's not fair, and he gains nothing by winning. Cena gains the briefcase, but Dolph gains something he already had. And he says that he wants Cena's career to end after he beats him. And the fans cheer. Miz TV segment. Damn, are they trying to put these Miz TV segments over. Oh boy, he brings out the 3MB. He makes fun of them. McIntyre says they're better than Jay-Z. Slater says they will perform live on Raw tomorrow. So there's something to look forward to. They pick a fight with the Spanish announce team. I actually thought this was really funny. Because Slater says, "What did you say to me?" And then he tells the others, he's like, "Come down here with me." So they try to pick a fight with the Spanish announce team, God knows why. And Ricardo Rodriguez runs out, and he tries to stop him. So they start picking on him, and Del Rio comes out, attacks the 3MB, lays him out. But of course it's 3-on-1, so they beat him up, and Miz helps him clear the ring of the 3MB. They challenge him to a match later, say find a partner, and it'll be 3MB versus you guys. The fans chant, "We want Ryder." They don't get him, but they do accept the match. And JBL says they should get Dr. Shelby on the team. But yeah, they set that up for later. Kane and Daniel Bryan talk about facing the Shield, feeding the Shield to Ryback. Wade Barrett tells Matt Striker he's confident in facing Kofi and will neuter the Wildcat. So it's Kofi versus Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title. This was a pretty good match. Kofi kicks out of 2 Winds of Change. Barrett goes for the Bullhammer and gets hit with Trouble in Paradise. Kofi wins the match. I really expected Barrett to win here because he has been made to look weak, but if you think about it, if Barrett won this match, that's pretty much a heel winning every single match on the show. So I guess it kind of makes sense why they swerved us with this one, but yeah, I fully expect Barrett to get his revenge. We see CM Punk and Heyman in a luxury skybox. Punk gets heat putting down Brooklyn, says it's the slums of Staten Island, says they're dumb like Ryback. Punk says he would have destroyed Ryback if he was able to compete. And he says the Shield, who he's a fan of but not affiliated with, will win tonight, and he's just getting started as champion. The TLC match, Shield versus Ryback and Team Hell No. Very surprised to see this match so early. They really went all out with this match. I thought it was great. Some amazing spots here, especially that bump Rollins took. But yeah, I mean, putting this match on right here in the middle of the show, I don't know. It didn't really make sense to me. I thought it would have been better to end the show with this and have the Shield standing tall over Ryback and Team Hell No, but I guess they decided it's better in the middle for some crazy reason. Shield gets entrance music, but they still come through the crowd. They still wear the SWAT team gear. Ryback suplexes Ambrose and Rollins onto a ladder, and Ambrose sells this like he's being murdered. It was almost ridiculous the way he was selling this, like, ladder bump he took. But they powerbomb Ryback through the announce table again. They start beating up Daniel Bryan, set a table on top of the ropes, superplex him off the top, and Kane breaks it up. Kane chokeslams Ambrose onto a standing chair. Roman spears Kane through the barricade, and then they just dump a bunch of shit on top of him. Try to bury Kane. They start fighting with Ryback up the entranceway where there's more tables and ladders. And they put Ryback onto a table. Rollins climbs a ladder. Ambrose and Roman just leave. And Ryback comes to. He climbs the ladder and he just pulls Rollins off of it through 2 stacked up tables. And this was a really good bump, but his head kind of hits the back of one of these other tables. And it was just a nasty spot. But he seemed okay at the end. And let's see here. So Roman and Ambrose powerbomb Daniel Bryan through a table, pin him for the win. And that's a clean win. I mean, the babyfaces used the same weapons the heels used, and it was all legal. So it was 3-on-3. That's a clean win. Eve versus Naomi for the Divas title. Eve wins with a neck breaker. Naomi looked really good here. Hopefully they use her some more. The only bad thing was the fans didn't really know who she was. I mean, she's a Funkadactyl. She's never really done promos or anything, so they were kind of like, whatever. I mean, they would have done that anyways if it was Layla versus Eve, anybody. But yeah, I think she did impress some of the fans with her performance here. Big Show says the smartest thing Sheamus could have done was break the no contact clause to get out of this match. That freaking chair. That giant chair. So Big Show versus Sheamus in a chairs match for the world title. Olay chant, a lot of Olay chants. Sheamus kicks out of a choke slam. I have to say they did a good job using the chairs in this match. They made it interesting. There really is only so much you can do with a stip like this where it's just chairs. But I thought they made it interesting. And, I mean, they could have used other stuff. It's not like they'd be disqualified if they used a ladder or a table. But they stuck to the stip. And it was still a really good match. Up until that giant chair. Oh, boy. So yeah, Big Show tries to chokeslam Sheamus onto 2 standing chairs. He reverses it, hits White Noise onto the chairs. Big Show kicks out. Big Show dodges a bro kick, hits the KO punch. Sheamus kicks out. And then Big Show pulls out from under the ring this cartoon gigantic chair, like from a Tom and Jerry cartoon. This chair was built for Yokozuna or somebody. I mean, it was gigantic. He gets in the ring with this goofy looking chair and he hits Sheamus in the back, pins him, gets the win. Another clean win. AJ and Cena are backstage. She's dressed up in Cena merch. She thanks him for being there for her, and he says wait until the end of the night when he takes Dolph's Money in the Bank. 3MB versus Del Rio, Miz, and the Brooklyn Brawler. I'm very surprised that I guess Del Rio's a face. But Miz hits the skull-crushing finale on Jinder. He tags in the Brooklyn Brawler, who makes Jinder tap to a Boston Crab. It was short. That's really all I can say about it. I didn't care for that at all. And then we get the main event. Yes. This match was just before the main event. Dolph versus Cena in the ladder match for Dolph's briefcase. Let's Go Ziggler chant, which the announcers refuse to acknowledge. They hear it, they listen to it for a second, and then they just start talking about how magical John Cena is. So they use chairs, tables, and ladders in this match. Dolph gets Cena in a sleeper hold. He still climbs the ladder, but eventually he passes out and they fall through a table. Cena hits a Hurricane Rana on Ziggler through a table in the corner. Let's be honest, it looked like shit, but at least he tried something new. Cena hits the AA on Dolph, and Dolph rolls out of the ring. Vicky comes out with a chair, and AJ runs out, starts hitting Cena's moves on Vicky, including a 5-knuckle shuffle. Cena sets the ladder up, and he's climbing to the top to get the briefcase. AJ skipping around the ladder, and then she pushes it over. So Cena falls off the ladder. Dolph runs in, super kicks him. He stares at AJ. She smiles at him. He's all confused. But he sets the ladder up and climbs to the top and gets his briefcase. And that was it. So it was a great match. I'm glad Dolph won here. One thing I was wondering about, though, was there was this moment where Cena was very close to getting the briefcase. And I expected the Shield to run out, because they talk about how they fight injustice, and this entire match was just injustice for Dolph. So I really expected the Shield to have a bigger presence here. I also expected some more people to join the Shield and a few other things, but overall it was still a really good show. I enjoyed this. Excellent main event, and some good matches throughout. The Shield match was also very impressive. So yeah, definitely check this one out if you haven't seen it. Or at least check out the main event and the Shield match, if nothing else, because those were the 2 standout matches in my opinion. But anyways, that's my review of tables, ladders, and chairs for 2012. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on this pay-per-view in the comments, and thanks for watching. Bye. I thought every match was at least okay. Even the Divas match was pretty good here. Actually, I take that back. The 3-man band match I didn't really care too much for, but overall this was a really good pay-per-view. And the pre-show, Starts off with Booker T coming up to Sheamus and he says, "Look, the reason I made you sign the no contact clause," and Sheamus cuts him off and says, "I get it, you were just doing your job." That definitely wasn't an Irish accent. I wasn't trying there. I don't know what the hell that was supposed to be. But he said, "Alright guys, I am back with my review of WWE's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2012 pay-per-view. And I really liked this show. Had some great matches here. Main event was great. Sheamus Big Show was great. The Shield match was awesome. I wrote them down anyways. So we got Brodus Clay winning a Slammy for Best Dancer. Top social media ambassadors, Charlie Sheen, WWE.com exclusive. Says you were just doing your job, and Booker tells him to beat him down with a chair. Then they give away some Slammies. Now, I know there's probably very few people out there who care about this, especially the WWE.com Slammies, but damn it,